feel the same. Take me back to your love. I'll never say it loud enough for you. Take me back to your tears before you calm your fears. I'll never say it loud enough. Take me back to your tears before you calm your fears. I know.
Hey everybody, Anthony here with Ace's Adventures, and welcome back to another episode. Welcome back to San Bernardino, California. This is going to be the next video in the series of videos that are going to be remixed and reimagined as I look for creative new ways to bring you content during this the whole coronavirus stuff that's going on. I'm really excited to show you guys these videos and be able to just kind of sit back and relax and chat and tell you guys some things that you may not know about Ace's Adventures, how the process works, and how each of these videos took place and what happened behind the scenes. And this one is one of the most interesting stories in the whole 4 years that I've had the channel. So going to give you some facts about the mall that maybe I may not have told you the first time, and really dive in deep to some stuff here about, we're going to cover a lot of topics here. So by the way, the music video that you heard in the beginning is by an amazing band called Night Riots. The song is called Back to Your Love, and yes, you were not mistaken. That video was shot in this very mall in 2014, hence the reason for me including it in the intro. It was just such a powerful song, and I was just so moved by it that I wanted to include it. You guys know I always say that music is such an integral part of my videos. So let's talk about this mall and the experience of going to this mall. So this mall happened because of my friend Nick, who I have mentioned before. Nick and I are not speaking right now. We kind of had a falling out. I've tried to contact him, and for whatever reason hasn't gotten back to me, telling you some stuff that you normally or otherwise would not know. Nick was a buddy of mine that I explored with for quite a long time, and just had some differences, and just hopefully we can get back to hanging out again soon, because I do miss him dearly. But at any rate, we were out in California for a week because Nick is a very successful synthwave producer for a band called his band called Betamax, one of the most successful synthwave producers of all time. And it just so happens that he's into dead malls, and me and him became friends and linked up through my Instagram or YouTube, one of the two. And Nick was doing some live shows in the California area and needed some help with the production of the shows. And me being a DJ for a long time, I said, hey, I can DJ the songs and mix the music together while you play it live on your keyboards and all that. So we tried it once, worked really well, and started booking some gigs and played in LA and San Francisco. So we were in California for a week. And while we were out there, we wanted to take advantage of the free time that we had and wanted to go check out some amazing dead malls in California. Went to Hawthorne Mall, Redlands Mall, which we couldn't get into unfortunately, Barstow Mall, and of course this mall here, the Carousel Mall. So I called ahead of time and tried to get permission from the city to film this mall, and was denied. Now, it's been 3 years, and I think I'm safe to tell you guys this now, the true story of how we really got into this mall. So, I went to City Hall, tried to get permission again when I got to California, was denied. Talked to the security guard, after the receptionist had left and said basically in a nutshell, hey, listen, I'm never going to be out here again. This is probably my only opportunity. If I throw you a few bucks, will you let us, escorted, of course, take some photographs of the mall? Long story short, it worked out, and that's what happened. Pulling up to the property at nighttime in San Bernardino, California, is very unsettling. And I love California; it's beautiful, but this part of San Bernardino has a reputation for not being the greatest of areas. And when I was checking out the mall earlier in the day before actually, there were several homeless people wandering around the mall, sleeping in the coves and all that, because in California, the weather's always nice, and you see much more homeless people than you would in the East Coast where it gets cold. So, anyways, through some help to raise money with some Patreon supporters and YouTube supporters, we were able to film this mall, and I'm very, very grateful to those individuals that let us come inside and film this place and understand what we were looking to do. The one downside about this visit was I really, really badly wanted to see inside of the Montgomery Ward property, and we tried to see if the door was open to that, but it wasn't open to that. Tried to see if we could find the keys and unlock it, but unfortunately we were unable to do so. As you see Nick there wandering around up top taking photographs. So this property, unfortunately, since we've been there, has had some negative things happen to it. Number one is the Carousel has been dismantled and sold. That really sucks. And the mall has been boarded up, and is basically, as far as I know, if you're from the area and you know anything that I'm not telling you, let me know. I believe it's just sitting abandoned. And there is a card store that was in this mall that I think has been liquidated, but it was really crazy because the card store was just like sitting there full of merchandise. So as of now, the mall is just sitting there, and I hope that it does for a while. I hope that I eventually get a chance to come back out and see this place. I want to live in California. That's my end goal. I love the West Coast. Yes, I know there's earthquakes and fires and all that, but not in the area that I'm looking to live, the Anaheim area. The girl that I was in a relationship with for a couple of years, that was our plan, and even though that's kind of fallen by the wayside as of right now, I still want to live in California. It's where I've always wanted to be. Every time I've ever gone out there, I can't wait to get back, and I miss California so much. It's such a beautiful place. If you're from the East Coast and you go out there, you know what I mean, because we in the East just deal with the worst weather, and it would be so nice to live in a place that has warm weather all four seasons for the most part. So, like I said, these videos are going to be some behind-the-scenes information, and just me chatting and a bunch of different things, like I said, as I look to reimagine and tell you guys more about these properties that you may not have known. So a couple other things here. So this mall not only had a Montgomery Ward as an anchor, it also had a Montgomery Ward Auto Center, which unbelievably still has all of the signage on it outside. I was like, my jaw was open when I saw that. And I think I've never really fully understood what my obsession with Montgomery Ward is. I think the main thing is the fact that I never got to go to one. There were not any in upstate New York that I'm aware of that were relatively close to me. Plus, Wards went out in 2001, and I was only 16, 17 years old at the time. So we had Hills and Ames, and I remember Woolworth and the Harvest House a little bit as a very young kid, but don't have any memories of a Montgomery Ward being anywhere near me. So this mall, a couple more things. As you can see, a prime example right here as we're walking by, and just overall throughout the video, has a ton of extremely vintage, awesome looking, aesthetically pleasing storefronts. This property is so awesome, and like I said, I would love to get to see it again. The Carousel was great. Being there at night was great. One of the main things that I try to convey, other than music in my videos, because I think music just sets the mood, but not just the music, but also just the feeling I had when I was at these properties. Even when I'm watching this clip as I'm talking through, while this is scrolling through the video, I can remember exactly how I felt. I can remember the smells and the sounds of this mall, just the senses are just one of the best experiences about this whole YouTube journey that I'm on. So yeah, that's really about it. There's a few more minutes left in the video here. I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. I understand that it's not new content per se, but some of you may not have been around that long and have never seen this before, and this could be the first time you're seeing this content. I try to provide the best quality content that I can. Having no experience, I think I've come a long way since the early days of my videos. And like I said, my goal of all these videos when you're done watching them is to come away with a feeling. I want you to feel emotion about what you're witnessing. And if you are, then I've achieved my goal. In these tough economic times, I'm going to ask, once again, if you want to consider becoming a Patreon donor, it would be greatly appreciated at patreon.com/acesadventures. Anything helps to get me to see more malls. I greatly appreciate it. My PayPal address is acesadventures1@gmail.com. And, of course, you can follow me on all of my social media platforms, Twitter and Instagram mainly, at acesadventures1. Once again, I cannot stress enough, please make sure that you follow me on Instagram more than anything, because I do go live there all the time, and it's a great way for me to interact with my fans. Facebook as well is Aces Adventures. And there will be more videos coming up. I'm going to attempt to do one video a week of these reimagined series. Some are going to be just strictly director's commentaries. Some are going to be a little bit of director's commentary with a little bit of a remix, kind of like this one was. Just trying to be creative and really have some fun with these videos while still keeping the subject matter pretty much on topic. Once again, go and check out Night Riots. They are on Apple Music. That song is called Back to Your Love, and they do have several other albums out. Excellent group. And I'm looking forward to checking out more of their music and helping them get some more eyes on their product. Make sure you follow us on the Dead Malls of Discord. A lot of other creators, Sal, Kristen from Unicom, Jack Thomas from Retail Apocalypse, a lot of us are on there, and it's a place for you to speak with us on a more personal level. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Friday. Please stay safe, wash your hands, and stay inside. Let's flatten this curve and get through this thing together and look back on it and appreciate each other's company now more than ever. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. This is Anthony with Aces Adventures. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon.